Starburns Audio.
Thank you for listening to the Starburns Audio Podcast Network. We have so many great comedy shows to add to your playlist. Just last week on Starburns Audio, on the Season 2 premiere of Humans Who Make Games, Adam Conover talks to comedian Ron Funches and Jean Goudon, creative director of the Assassin's Creed series. On Boogie Monster, Kyle Kinane and Dave Stone share a perfect recipe for the quarantined cook. This week on Profiles in Eccentricity, they cover the history of the Khorasan Unity cult, folks for whom a flat earth is ridiculous because they believe it's really a concave shell. Search Starburns Audio on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or any podcast platform for our full list of shows, featuring hosts like Joe Coy, Amanda Seales, Jessica Chobot, and Jackie Johnson. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Starburns Audio. Enjoy the show. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep laughing.
It's a good show.
Dan and Ren and Jay will share tales of folks so unaware they lack in grace and sometimes choose the life they choose will make the news. Breaking down each epic fail in Florida, there's half price bail. I'm happy to say they couldn't make this up. So listen to our podcast jam with co-host Arm and Dan. Benders, don't be a jerk, cause when the music hits, the funny hits, and we are gonna take you down. Stick around. Make a sound, hunker down, it's Dumb People Town.
Hey, Townies, welcome to another episode of Dumb People Town. Population U.
Population EP. Esther Povitsky.
Oh, no.
Yes, you're in, girl. I am so excited to have you in, a star of TV show and another great podcast on this network, Glowing Up, which I really want to do, by the way.
That would be so much fun. You guys have to come do it.
I want to do it. Male products, because I use a lot of product up in this bitch. Yeah.
We talk about, I mean, it's kind of all over the place. It's a lot of beauty
stuff.
Health, wellness, diet, food.
I love it.
We love to talk about food.
I love to talk about food.
I would get in that with you. And then we did an awesome show that you did that I'm going to beg you to come back and to do again, a live show that you do called, I don't know the name of it, but this is what I call it. Esther Povitsky Goes Through Your Purse.
That's basically it. It's kind of like Little Esther Goes Through Your Stuff is kind of the real name. It's a show I used to do, a live show I did at UCB every month a couple years ago. And I did it this year at at the SF Sketchfest with you guys. I will beg you both to be back on. Like it was.
Better get Dan on.
Yes,
Dan's here.
It was so much fun.
Because what you have on your person at all times
says so much about you.
Dan is so good. This is why he's so good on this show. Dan is so good at like knowing
defining a person in a sentence.
One fact, one thing. Like you can pull one thing out of their person.
Like Dan would say a person, "Oh, you have that? You're the kind of person who opens their windows with the air conditioning on." And like that is like, yeah, that's who you are.
That's exactly.
Especially now that I carry a little man bag.
Do you carry a merce?
Yeah, it's right here.
Oh, Dan, look at your merce, man.
That's so awesome. Much respect for that.
So much respect for
the pockets are not enough for anybody.
No,
thank you.
No.
I hate
Thank you, Jesus. Here's what we feel like, and tell us if you agree. The world is getting dumber at an astronomical rate.
Oh, I feel like I can't read.
You used to be able to read, right?
Yeah, like I absolutely agree with you. I feel like when I try to read, I'm like, oh, I must not be able to read because
you
of
used
how
to be able to do it.
Yeah, but I'm like, why am I just at Instagram? Like I must just like pictures and I can't read words.
I can't write cursive anymore.
That's so funny because
really?
I actually do think you're tapping into what is happening all around us. That's like
if you're like a kind of person who cares about that, then, or you're at least aware of that, then you're still, in my opinion, in the smart grade. That's happening to everyone, and people don't care. They don't notice. And the dumb is getting louder, and so it's winning. This show, we get dumb stories from our dumb ears on the ground, who are amazing listeners. They find ridiculous true crime stories that highlight how dumb people are, and we just try and make fun of it.
We get to make fun of it. A comedy is our way to fight back, and so I'm happy you're here. Daniel has a story. Let's jump into it.
Let's do it. Ready? Sent in by Sharon Toman at Sharon Toman, SharonToman.
Thanks, Toman.
Char on to man. 4 words. Here we go. A number of customers at a Burnaby?
That's got to be England. Right?
I think it's Canada.
Oh, really?
Burnaby.
B-U.
Isn't Burnaby Jones
That was an old TV show.
We had Barnaby's in the Chicagoland area.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
What was that?
Yeah, we did.
Pizza. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm from Northern Illinois.
Barnaby's.
So good.
This comes out of the Vancouver Sun.
Okay.
So, a number of customers at a Barnaby, it's got to be Burnaby, Starbucks, got quite the caffeine jolt. I love an early joke and
Someone put cocaine in the
That's all I can think.
prediction?
Yeah, that's my prediction.
Coke
What do you
in the
think?
creamer.
Wow, you guys are so good at this already.
But we don't know. We could be wrong.
An extra jolt?
They said got quite the caffeine jolt on Saturday.
Gosh, in my mind, I'm like, they just got 4 shots of espresso instead of 1.
Well, that would not be
constitute dumb.
Right. It could be dumb behavior. Yeah. They got quite the caffeine jolt on Saturday when a man who had sneaked into the store's ceiling vent got stuck and kicked his way through a wall to escape.
Okay, so
people are at a Starbucks on a Saturday,
listening to Nora Jones, presumably
not writing their novel.
Yes,
Right.
talking to their friends.
Yep. Some who are there and some who aren't there.
FaceTiming people who don't want to talk to them.
Yes.
Talking loudly on their phone so we get to hear half of their conversation.
Yep. It's probably like 6 o'clock at night and someone's been there since they unlocked the door.
The employees are suspiciously looking at the black guy in the corner.
Of course. And then
It's
all of a
Burnaby,
sudden,
guys. It's Burnaby.
somebody bursts through a wall like the fucking Kool-Aid guy.
If you burst through the wall, you're going to yell, "Hey, Kool-Aid." I think if you don't,
What did he yell? All right, or
Hey, everybody.
hey,
some
All the kids said, "Hey,
I hope he did it and with that tone, Esther.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
Like-
I'm going through some shit right now, guys. I'm still doing the wall thing, but I don't feel good about
Did
it.
he really burst out the wall? That
Yes.
like I can't decide if I would be really scared or really, really excited that like someone was.
Some
bringing,
people freak out and you stand up like,
like
Way to go.
we're all getting presents right now.
you think a present is behind a
it's
wall burst?"
2018's holiday character.
Well, did you ever think that the Kool-Aid guy broke through the wall because
He said, "All right."
He was self-conscious that he couldn't fit through the door?
Oh, that is so sweet of you.
How about
So he
that?
came
You know
in
what I mean?
hot.
It's like, I can't even go sideways. He's round.
Look, me ruining this wall will draw away from the fact that I couldn't have fit through the door.
That's it. I can't. Doors aren't my friends.
Right. The man apparently entered the Starbucks at 6200 McKay Avenue. Put that on the Dumb People Town walking tour.
By the way, Jason and I were just in Schaumburg, Illinois, doing the Chicago Improv, which was amazing with our buddy Nate Abshire. The shows were incredible. Thank you to all
Great.
the townies who came out.
Heck yeah.
We met the guy who does and updates
curates
the Dumb People
really?
Town walking tour. So every address, Esther, that we get from these stories, this guy in Chicago puts a dot on a
Google
active
map.
Google
So
map.
awesome.
So if anybody wanted to do a walkie, they could go to these places where they
And
were.
some people do. We just had somebody on the Facebook page post a picture of them going to the, you'll love this out of context, especially Esther, going to the movie theater where the guy decided to divorce his wife because she put salt on his popcorn. Yeah, he said that was an act of betrayal and their marriage was over.
That is
And
so cool.
he doesn't even know her anymore.
I love walking tours. I get really obsessed with visiting places too. I once, like when I was in New Orleans, there was a Bachelor contestant that I was obsessed with, and I like walked to where she worked. It was,
That wasn't weird at all.
I know. Well, she was deceased, so I wasn't stalking her. It's really sad.
okay.
But she was like really.
Is she a ghost?
Yes.
That's okay.
She was really pretty, and I was really into her. Not that way, but I just
Yeah.
looked up to her and said,
Oh, no, Jason gets it. He's been to Sir for brunch 20 times because
Come
he
on,
loves
no, I have
Vanderpump
not.
Rules.
I know I have not.
Do you like that show?
I do like the show.
Me too. I
Well,
love
but what
it.
I do is I often say, like, if my wife and I go out for like a night out early, I'm like, we don't know where we're gonna go. I'm like, we got to go to Sir. She's like, no, we're not wasting it on that.
Have
Like,
you been there?
Never.
I've been there twice.
Do those guys work
I
there?
just to the bar. Like, they have a pretty good happy hour.
Do those guys
I've
work
heard
there?
that.
Have
Yeah.
you been there? Have you
No,
been there?
but I've heard the happy hour is like
They
really
do have a good happy hour. It's right by Gracias Madre, which is like the best vegan Mexican restaurant in the
But
city.
so
And
expensive.
I know.
And you
but no,
get
their
so-
happy hour is amazing too.
At Gracias Madre,
Yes.
All right, what are we doing here?
Well,
Welcome back
you
to
talk
happy
about loving
hours.
food, and you talk about in your podcast. If we get you started, forget
I know,
it.
it's true. I just want to say that the guacamole is so small and so overpriced. And
Agreed.
like, you need at least 3.
Hit that happy hour.
Copy that.
Moving
Okay.
on.
Done.
Here we go.
So, guy busts through a wall at
Busts
a
through a wall
Starbucks in
in the
Berkeley.
middle of the day. The individual, so they said, okay, here we go. I'll redirect.
Like it's the wall's fault that he snuck in and got stuck.
The man apparently entered the Starbucks at 6200 McKay Avenue around 11:30 a.m. Saturday, according to a staff member who spoke to Post Media but did not want to be identified.
Yeah.
The individual then locked himself into a single-person washroom, unscrewed a covering from a vent, and crawled inside. The Starbucks employee who spoke to Post Media said the man had been in there some time, but because there were multiple washrooms, neither customers nor staff noticed the occupied washroom. So this is going on for a while. Nobody knows.
So he
went into the bathroom.
Okay.
Yes.
He locked the door.
Yes.
Or they climbs up through the vent.
Okay, this is how dumb I am. I thought he busted through the door, then went into the bathroom and locked the door, and people were like, they didn't notice that he was in there.
Right.
No, this is before he busted through the wall.
Yes. He
went,
goes into the bathroom.
I thought it was after.
No.
That's like, these people are really done.
They're into their screenplay.
You didn't just see that guy bust through the wall and go into the bathroom?
Nope, nothing.
Everyone just was cool with
I was
Sounds
taking
like
a selfie.
today you're really dumb.
I know.
I'm just kidding.
Jesus, man, come on.
I'm-
Quote, he thought he could stay there until closing, I guess to rob the place, said the employee, who thinks the man may have also taken a brief nap while waiting it out.
So he's right now in the vent waiting.
Yes.
And then he's going to
Yes.
But the bathroom is locked.
Yeah, so he locked the bathroom, went up into the vent, and then somehow got down into, like, the walls.
Can
Like-
you even imagine crawling through a vent? Like, doesn't that send a shiver down your spine?
no.
I get claustrophobic.
Yeah.
I just watched the Robin Williams doc where they show the little egg he gets in as Mork and Mindy, and I'm like, that's like the St. Louis Arch. There's no way I'm
We
getting in
took
that
Dan
thing.
to St. Louis, and there's...
Have you been in it?
Have you
No,
been in the
I
Arch?
drove past. I was like, I do not want to go.
I thought it was like an elevator, and I'm like, I can handle an elevator.
What is
Get
it?
in. It's this
Tell her,
tiny
tell her.
It is
little
a tiny
egg.
little egg with like seats in it, and you
No
as you're
way in, no way out.
No way in, no way out. And Dan just got in there for a second. And he was like, "Nope, I know my limits."
They were like, Dan, get out. I'm like, no.
I know my limits.
I know
I'm like,
what
I
I
can sit
can
here
do.
and fight off a panic attack if you guys want for 25 minutes or however long this takes.
Girl, I am with you.
Thank you.
I know my limits as
Thank you.
well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
So, I
even
mean,
in
it's
an
no
elevator,
easy.
like a normal elevator, I always look at the little panel. I'm like, if this comes to it, I can climb out
So you
through
could
that.
never go up the glass elevator up the Eiffel Tower.
Can you climb out on top of it like a normal elevator? Like, is there a little...
I mean, but you're out in the whole.
Yeah, I could handle
outside.
that.
You could handle the height.
The idea
of,
that I'm in this enclosed place,
Right.
that there was no way
don't
in and
have
no
that,
way
do
out.
I can't do the glass elevator at the Eiffel Tower. I
The-
have a panic attack. Just
Really?
looking at how high we're going.
Having never been, I guess I can't answer in full honesty.
I don't think I could do the St. Louis thing.
Yeah,
What are those things called where you like go up on a ski slope kind of?
a chairlift.
Yeah.
No,
Gondola.
gondola. I was in New Zealand and we were supposed to do one, and I remember like every time one came around, we were supposed to get on. I was like, you go ahead. Like it took like 7 of them
Yeah.
before I like, okay.
Yeah, and then you went up there. Yeah, it's that stuff is scary.
So yeah, this person's like in the walls, like in a vent.
Okay, so already a place that none of us
Just
really would
die-harding it.
I mean,
show called the walls have eyes?
Climb up into the vent. Have a good time.
how are you not scared of so many things?
I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, so then the employee said it would have been hot and dark up in the ceiling where the man was located, and that it would have been impossible to return the same way he entered because of the way the vents and gates closed. So maybe he also eventually figured out like, oh, I'm a wall person now. This is my new
I'm
life.
like, I just heard the idea of you go
Go
into
through and
the
then a
thing
gate
and a gate closes behind
You
you. or a
can't
thing
get out.
and you
So there's that
can't get
moment
out.
where you can't get out. Oh, that is terrifying.
According to the employee, another staffer later noticed the sounds of footsteps coming from the ceiling, but assumed it was building maintenance crews, so
on
they
the
didn't
roof,
investigate.
or up in the roof.
Right.
By the way,
they're just like
they-
hearing footsteps and yelling out like, Rachel! RCYTL! Rachel!
What? It's my
I never get
stuff
Starbucks,
ready.
so I never get my name
I
wrong.
said
I know
no
that's like
whip.
a thing.
I said, what are you looking the ceiling for? I said no whip on this.
Can't
I'm
you
not
order
paying
like
for it.
pumps of things
I'm
too?
not paying for it.
I don't
can
drink
barely
coffee.
get the people at Starbucks to care about what they're making, let alone care about what's happening to the building they work.
Do you ever get a RANDI, Randy, for your name?
No.
I always love how Starbucks names gets messed
Just gets
up.
creative.
Okay, I'm going to ask you guys now. This started at 11:30. How long do you think he was in the walls? Because at a certain time, a loud banging sound began to come from a spot inside the wall, originating close to the ceiling at one end of the shop. So how long do you think?
So it started 11:30.
I think he freaked out really fast,
Okay.
and it lasted like 45 minutes.
Okay, so you're going 12:15 from Esther.
I say he's in there for 4 hours.
Jason says 4 hours.
I think it's 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
So 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours. The time of the banging and the man trying to break out of the wall started at around 2:30 p.m. Randy Sklar.
Wow.
The employee said a man then proceeded to kick a hole in the drywall about 12 feet above the ground.
Oh, my God.
So you'd be like, oh, there's a demon. There's a demon in this Starbucks.
Wow.
I would be running out of that. So
You would? I think I would
turning
probably-
tables over, like knocking people's laptops off their
See,
tables.
I wouldn't want to be embarrassed like I'm the one freaking out, so I'd like try to play it cool, like, oh, this must be normal.
Right.
No.
You're acting like you see somebody outside. You take a phone call, you're like, oh, I'll be right out. I'll be right. Guys, let me know what happens with that. I just need to take this.
You just keep typing away. You're
Yeah.
like, no, I don't see it. I'm just very chill and cool.
What? I'm just sending emails.
They said he kicked a hole in the drywall about 12 feet above the ground and yelled for people to help him.
Yeah.
That would
I
also
tried to
scare
rob
me.
you. Help me.
Like, what is going on the other side of this Starbucks wall? There's a person fighting through the wall to get out.
Okay, if you believe in like alternative like universes
Right.
and like
He's found a peel.
like he's found like a
In
hole
a
in the
movie-
space-time continuum.
Yeah.
And
In a
he's-
movie, this is the scene of rebirth.
Yeah.
He's coming through the 12-foot up vagina.
This
and
is
he's-
Stargate.
Okay, yeah. He's broken through another plane.
This is like when they're born in Raising Arizona when the guys escape prison and they're coming out through the mud. It's like
Yeah.
they're being born
Yes.
Again, yeah.
I am curious at this point in the story, if you're in the Starbucks, what do you really think is happening? Like, what's your serious
I think
instinct?
someone's
The
trying.
banging will start first, right? So then you're
Yeah.
probably like, what the hell?
Okay, so if I was in there for real,
Yes.
and I was in there and I was setting up shop, doing my thing, I would think that this is a worker
Yeah.
on the roof
Yeah.
who fell down and fell through and is like stuck and needs to get out, and this is the only way that he can get out. That
And
would
I
be
think
my
some of that is because of your time in Dumb People Town. The guy, the Qdoba guy, who
Yeah,
like had fell
just
between a
someone who fell
Qdoba and had to
between-
get broken
yeah,
through a wall.
yeah.
Like you've seen this story.
But I mean, I definitely
would
don't think
not.
it's a
I would
demon.
think the banging would be happening. I would say, oh, they're working on something up on the roof. Like maybe they're working on the air
Right,
conditioning or
right.
something like that. And then when a foot came through the wall,
At 12 feet up.
I'd start running.
Certainly, I wouldn't think someone was trying to rob the Starbucks.
Right. Exactly. That's the last step.
Trying to get these stirs. I think I would take a defensive position.
Dan.
And,
Yeah.
and then once I heard help, I would probably
would try and
lean
help
in.
Someone
guy.
wants 11 Sheryl Crow CDs, and the only way they can get them is to go
Yeah,
into a
right.
Starbucks.
Yeah.
Is Starbucks even a common place for a robbery? I've never heard of
I was
that.
going to
so.
say, is Starbucks even a common place for Sheryl Crow's music to be sold?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hard yes.
Hard, yes.
Hard, yes.
As a manager began to evacuate customers and staff for safety, the man was able to get out from behind the wall and fell to the ground, then fled the store. Don't you also picture one person with their headphones on while all this is happening behind them? I have no idea.
No, like it's happening right
Turn
behind him.
back, turn to it,
Yeah.
and just Beats by Dre, just, you know.
Quote, he was in the ceiling and he was trying to punch the wall out so he could get out. So if he's in the ceiling, does that mean he's coming
Oh, yeah.
from down?
Yes, down.
Said the employee who said the police were called instantly. He started yelling. This is what he's yelling coming through the wall.
I want someone to guess. Is
Ooh,
it?
is
Yeah,
anybody
what
want
do
to
you
take a
think
guess?
he was yelling,
Like-
Esther?
He blamed somebody. I'll give you a hint.
Oh.
God damn it, Carol! Why'd you leave me?
Damn it, Starbucks. I don't know. Help.
Randy, you
He
said
says,
no whip.
He started yelling, quote, robbery, my girlfriend's going to kill me.
Oh.
I have no clue. He's saying I'm being robbed?
Or, this is a robbery, and when my girlfriend finds out that I screwed
He's
this
giving
up.
you full context of his life.
There's a robbery.
That
When my
is
girlfriend finds out that I screwed this up,
Look
she's
at how
gonna
hard
kill
my
me.
life is.
It's so crazy to call out your crime before you've committed it.
Right.
You've literally been caught, but you haven't even done
Right,
anything
Right?
wrong.
You could have
Right.
gotten away and say, like, look, this is it. If I'm this guy,
Yeah.
this is the way you play this off. So I was in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the bathroom. I locked the door. I could not unlock
out.
the door.
I couldn't unlock the
Couldn't
door.
get out the door. So I was like, maybe if I go out through the vent, and then I found myself going, things locked behind me. I found, and this is where I am, and I'm so sorry, but
Yeah. No.
Do you think you'd get
You'd have
I
to
see
pay
how
for the damage.
Right.
That's it.
I'm so curious. Does he have to pay? We'll
Yeah.
find out.
The employee
yeah.
said when staff tried to unlock the washroom, they found a backpack had been jammed up against the door, and tools they believe had been used to unscrew the vent cover. Don't you need one tool?
Yeah.
Screwdriver.
Yeah, that's it.
I
Maybe
didn't
a
even
crowbar.
picture a tool. I thought just boop, pop it off like in a cartoon.
There's no surveillance footage available at this time. According to Burnaby RCMP, police were called to the Starbucks just before 3 p.m. on Saturday to report
Burnaby Royal
report.
Canadian Mounted Police.
Yes.
So they came in on moose,
Horses.
a couple of moose. They
Yep.
just tracked up there.
Elk.
They had a report of a possibly intoxicated man, quote, coming through the roof. These cops are probably like, I don't know, dude. It's 2:30 in the afternoon.
I'm just going to say that Starbucks coffee for me has gotten incredibly weak, and it's either maybe that I myself have become like a more intense coffee drinker.
For sure.
I think Starbucks needs to start doing this in all their stores, just to wake people up.
Yes, people jump through the walls.
Wake them up.
Or because it's Canada, like someone walked by. That wouldn't happen at a Tim Hortons.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't let that stuff happen
but
over
I
there.
think, truthfully, Starbucks, they're like, hey, our coffee might not be strong, but our experiences are.
Yes, it's an activation, if anything. Wait, I am
a
now
boost.
curious. Why didn't he just sit in the bathroom and wait there all day? Like, what was
Maybe
Because he thought if
someone was
That's
going to
another
knock on the
good
door.
question.
But no, but
Just
it's like
said-
But he
some-
left his book bag in there.
I know, that's the
Because-
weird.
Wait, what's the knock on the door reason?
Well, no, if for some reason they probably have a key to unlock the door. If
So
someone gets,
eventually
like,
they would come.
So
they
eventually
would-
someone would be like, hey, someone's been in there for like an hour and a half. Can you unlock the door? I think they're
They
hurt.
unlock, and if he's waiting in there, he's screwed. So he was like, I'm going to wait in the wall. But I'm like you. Why didn't he maybe just didn't want to hang out in the bathroom? Why didn't he just wait right inside the vent in the wall?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, just wait right there. Why do you have to, like, crawl up through the system like you're at
gonna have to give him a
fucking
good
Chuck E.
talking to.
Cheese? You know what I mean?
Like in a habit trail.
Human habit trail.
A request for comment to Starbucks Canada has not yet been returned. And I think this answers your question of whether I had to pay or all that stuff. Because this is the final sentence of this story, and it's the most Canadian thing about it. There will not be any charges recommended. Oh. Which means they're not going to have him pay for it because you have to prove liability, right? You would have to
It's an insurance thing.
Oh.
But so isn't the insurance going to be like, you have to charge him because that's how we get to make him pay. He's at fault. But I love that Starbucks is like, you know what, just a Canadian through the ceiling, that's fine.
Oh, it's
Nobody
okay.
Yeah.
You didn't do anything.
They're such a big corporation that this is just like...
That's a write-off.
Yeah, this
is a
is
drop in the well.
nothing.
This is a drop out of the
That's
roof.
just the cost of doing
Hey
business
man,
at
look,
Starbucks Canada.
we got problems. Coffee sometimes doesn't get delivered on time. Guys fall out of roofs.
Right.
That's
We've
just,
got
this is
a-
just the cost of being Starbucks.
We've got a fund for that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
a lot of fun for that.
Exactly. That's
I love
story
it.
one.
There you
guys.
go.
Jeez Louise.
Stupidity in a Starbucks wall. Story one. When we come back, we're going to hear about the new season of Esther's new TV show, season 2, right?
Yes.
Very excited about that. And a little bit more about our podcast. This is Dumb People Town. Stay with us.
Working remotely can be a challenge, especially for teams that are new to it. How do you deal with your work environment being the same as home while staying connected and productive? And then there's your newest coworker, the cat. Well, your friends at Trello have been powering remote teams globally for almost a decade. At a time when teams must come together more than ever to solve big challenges, Trello's here to help. Trello, part of Atlassian's collaborative suite, is an app with an easy-to-understand visual format, plus tons of features that make working with your team functional and just plain fun. Trello keeps everyone organized and on the same page, helping teams communicate, focus, and connect. Teams of all shapes and sizes at companies like Google, Fender, Costco, and likely your favorite neighborhood coffee shop all use Trello to collaborate and get work done. Try Trello for free and learn more at Trello.com. That's Trello.com. Trello.com.
Hey guys, welcome back to DPT. We've got Esther Povitsky. Tell them about your show. You got a TV show that's great.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, our second season is coming out on August 1st on Freeform. Actually, this season, all episodes are coming out at once on Hulu and
Oh, wow.
Freeform. Yeah, and it's just about me and my best friend and our platonic female-male best friendship in LA. We're comedians and
It's called Alone Together.
It's called Alone Together, that's right. And we don't really fit in and we try and we fail. And
That's, by the way, first of all, amazing to get a second season of any show.
thank you.
Totally in your voice. I've seen it. It's really
Yay.
fun. And I would watch it. I was like, oh man, I'm really psyched that you're getting to be like the reason why you're funny on stage as a stand-up. We've seen you do stand-up. It comes out in the show in a great way. It enhances in a good way. Hard to do sometimes to translate why is this person funny in life and then translate it into a narrative show.
That is so nice of you. Thank you. It's funny because we came out. Our first season came out in January, so it's the second season's coming out quite fast. Just because I don't know, they wanted to rush it.
That's always a good thing. Good sign.
Well, who knows? But the compliment that I get, that's like kind of a backhanded compliment, but I love it so much. The thing that we keep hearing the most is I put it on not thinking I was going to like keep watching it, and then somehow I just like kept watching it.
That's great. No, that's winning people over.
I always tell the story about when I saw John Doerr for the first time on TV. I saw a John Doerr television show. I turn on the TV. I've got a remote in my hand. I'm about to change the channel, and I'm like, who is this weird bearded Canadian guy? He starts talking. He starts doing a bit. I'm holding the remote in my hand
to change the channel.
To change the channel. Still, I'm waiting to change it. He's so funny. I sit down. I sit through the whole episode, and then I DVR seasons past, like get every single episode that I can, old and new. And I'm like, this guy in 22 minutes converted me from like nothing into a super fan.
Wow.
And that's what's probably happening with their show, because the people may not know about it and then they find it.
Hopefully, yeah. I think too, like, this is kind of dumb people town related, where it's a show that's not complicated. There's really no effort or thinking required. People, you can just kind of throw it on and then
engage with it on just a simple level,
or clean your room while you're listening. That's how I consume all my entertainment. Yeah,
that's awesome. Well, I'm so excited for season 2. And what's the date? Will be out?
So it'll be out on August 1st. Great. All episodes on Freeform and Hulu.
Awesome.
I love it. So check it out and let us know what you guys think about it. And Dan, you got another story?
I do.
Let's do it.
We're in Canada again.
Oh, Brandon.
An Ontario man is trying to sell a McDonald's cheeseburger and fries. The McDonald's cheeseburgers and fries is 6 years old. This was sent in by Joshua at Coach Moffat. Moffat.
Let's just start out, and I'm going to make a blanket statement. Jay, can I please make a blanket statement?
Blanket it out, brother.
Food is not memorabilia. It can never be. It's not a
collector's item.
Can I challenge you on that? I have these Elvis Presley themed Reese's peanut butter cups that came out. They're limited edition. They're in the
77.
No, they came out in 2007. And
okay, so 11 years old.
So they're wrapped, and they're never coming back. Is that memorabilia?
Do you have them in a freezer? Where do you have them?
Under my bed in my parents' house.
Stop.
Absolutely.
They're
eaten. They're eaten by a
bug. Like rats have come, mice have come, and they've eaten
They're
those.
gone.
When was the last time you checked to see if they were there? 2009?
After our apocalypse, someone's going to find them, and you're going to save those people.
You're going to save somebody's life when like the zombies really come.
Now look, those are technically some sort of collector's item because of the Elvis.
Yeah,
but just your run-of-the-mill burger and cheeseburger.
The wrapper is the collectible.
But they no. They have banana in them.
Ooh, I get it. So they're a collector's edition.
Yes,
chocolate banana, peanut butter banana sandwiches are what he used to eat.
Exactly.
On the toilet.
By the way, that sounds so good.
I know.
I don't know how you didn't eat it. That sounds so good.
I always think about this. Isn't it crazy that like Elvis's legacy is a peanut butter and banana sandwich?
You know what? I think his music also, but I mean, yeah.
Oh, he is a musician?
Yeah.
I only knew him
from
just
a taste
sandwiches.
If I were Elvis in heaven, I'd be like, I had one peanut butter and banana sandwich.
Now this is what everybody wants of me.
Eddie Murphy's bit.
That's why Eddie Murphy was such a great stand-up.
Eddie Murphy's bit on Delirious, his bit about how Elvis would be in movies and he could not act, and so they would make him sing every single one of his lines.
Hey Elvis, we're going to win this race?
We're going to win this race. How about some lemonade, Elvis?
Lemonade! That cool, refreshing.
So funny!
That's really funny.
The fact that like we know that straight up by
35 years later.
That's cool. And that you delivered it great. Like, I get it.
Yeah, you get the bit. We understand. We
delivered it. Almost like we're comedians.
It's weird.
So weird.
So you could impress.
But McDonald's is fast food.
Okay. Yes.
It is made fast.
It's also meant to disappear, like your shame for like being there.
Right.
Like it should just come.
I was going to say that like it's made fast, you eat it fast, and then the shame lasts a long time.
Exactly. That's the collector's item.
Exactly. The shame lasts all the way home.
But
Dave?
I'll throw out there, McDonald's food has a lot of preservatives, quite famously. Just throwing that out there. Please continue.
We're going to get into it. Dave Alexander says the cheeseburger and fries he bought from McDonald's 6 years ago and placed on a shelf are, quote, surprisingly decent looking still. Quote, the fries are stunningly good looking. The fries look like they were purchased this morning. The rural Ontario farmer told...
Morning fries. You have an eating problem.
The rural Ontario farmer told As It Happens guest host Robin... Sorry... B something.
Like even the regular host is like, I can't be there for this.
Robin,
step in.
Yep.
She's like, I haven't done this in 7 years. Well, this sandwich has been
Robin,
around.
you got a Y in your name, and this is what you're dealing with. Quote, the burger itself has darkened a little bit. The bun is about as hard as a hockey puck. That's on brand for a Canadian farmer.
How hard is it?
You know how when you freeze over a lake in front of your house?
Uh-huh.
You know when an elk goes to the bathroom in the winter and about 5 hours later?
As an elk muffin.
Dropping, yeah.
Elk dropping.
But it looks just brand new cosmetically. I'm going to show you guys a photo of the 6-year-old
Are we gonna
cheeseburger.
Dan, I'm going to ask you because you've seen the photo. Dan, you know us.
Yeah.
Do you think we're going to think it looks great?
No.
Okay.
I'm so desperate to see this photo.
If you want to see this photo, join our Facebook page. It will be up on the Facebook page.
If you haven't joined the Facebook page, and by the way, I would say there's maybe
1/4 or 1/5 of our audience.
25% of our audience who listens to this show is on the Facebook page. That should be.
We should be at 75% or 50%.
Sure.
Guys, join
and if you go back about a week and a half, you can still wish Jan Flato a happy birthday.
Oh,
it was his birthday
so nice.
on
one of the guys
Friday
we did a story about.
whatever that was, 20th.
Right.
Guys, I need to see this photo.
Okay, see it.
I'm dying.
Now look, I'm going to tell you before I turn it around. The bun does look in good shape. The fries do not. And the cheese on the cheeseburger. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Here you go.
Oh my God.
It doesn't look as bad as you would imagine, but it doesn't look like those fries were bought
like
this morning.
It looked, based on what he said, this person's a liar.
Right.
Yeah.
This looks like
a
kid's toy or a dog's squeaky.
It should look a lot
worse. It looks like
worse,
a dog's
though, for 6
squeaky
years.
toy. Doesn't it look like a dog's squeaky toy?
6 years.
Do you feel though like the fries do at least look like maybe they had seasoning? Like I could see those. They don't look like McDonald's fries, but they do look like edible fries.
Like curly fries.
They're like the fries that have like that red dusting on them. It's like hot
Lowry
seasoning.
seasoning salt?
Is that what they put on
That's
them?
what we used to put on when we worked at a snack bar at a pool in St. Louis.
Really?
Yeah. Lowry seasoned salt.
Quote,
That's the secret.
It's basically petrified itself. It looks very sellable, he said. I'm going to assume
To whom?
I'm going to assume that someone's going to rehome my cheeseburger. Rehome my cheeseburger are now 3 words we put together on Dumb People Talk.
This man is so confident.
Oh, very.
I need to meet him.
Right. Rehome my cheeseburger.
Here's a sexual
euphemism.
It is.
Time to rehome the cheeseburger.
You know what?
He's got me.
Does that mean you're getting a divorce?
You had me at
You had me at Rehome.
You had me at Rehome. All right, Dave Alexander said he asked his daughter to buy the McDonald's meal on June 7th, 2012 as an experiment.
Number 1, I cannot believe this guy is a father. Number 2, to make your daughter. I'm like imagining the daughter's like 3, and he's like, take this money.
Yeah, you go walk down.
Get in the truck.
Take
drive
this
the
money.
truck down.
Just it's only 2 miles down the road.
Take the tractor, drive it on down.
Number
Farmers only.
3, I can't believe 2012 was 6 years ago.
That is insane.
I'm
It's a different world.
Very simpler time.
Very different world.
He'd heard of fast food burgers lasting for years without rotting, so he created this experiment and wanted to find out if it was an urban legend. Next line in this article, it's not. Quote,
Or is it? That's pretty subjective.
this is what Dave Alexander said. Quote, we live in the country and we've never seen a fly land on it ever. So now he's also saying that insects don't want anything to do with McDonald's food.
Even insects.
When insects don't want your food, it's bad.
Right. He also, ready for this is the other part of this experiment, Dave Alexander also has a 5-year homemade burger and fries that he placed next to the McDonald's meal for comparison.
What does he call his
amateur
shelf?
scientist?
That's what's sad is like this is a scientist of our time.
Yeah, this is it.
Yep.
This is the guy. This is the best
He's
of
our
what
Doc.
we have.
He's our Doc Brown.
He's our Louis Pasteur.
That one, he said, the homemade
He's
burger
our
and
Louis
fries
passed over.
has not fared so well. Do you guys want to look at a 6-year-old homemade
Yes.
This
burger
one will
and
make me
fries?
throw up.
This
I'm
one is gonna-
certain.
Louis Pasteur.
Ready?
This will also be on the Facebook page. Check it out.
Oh, is there
It just
a fly
looks really
on it?
dusty.
Is there a fly on it?
I don't think so.
Let me see
I
the fries.
see a fly,
It's
No,
like
that's just a
moldy
mold. That's a
and
mold.
dusty.
but
But
not
is he
as-
leaving it out?
Yes, they're
He's
just
leaving
sitting-
it out,
yes,
just sitting
open
out,
air.
not covered.
Nope.
Not,
Nothing. It's open air McDonald's, open air homemade food.
Where? It's probably like right next to
in
his
the farm in Ontario.
It's probably right next to it, like above his nightstand.
It does look like it's on a bed, like a comforter, doesn't
the
it?
same words to describe this burger and fries as the words you could describe Ann Coulter's vagina.
Nobody's touched it in
with
6
mold.
years.
Nobody's touched it for years.
Moldy, dusty, cold.
Allegedly.
Nobody wants to eat there.
The cheese on the homemade one, especially the French fries, the potatoes, just look like little bits of charcoal now, Dave Alexander said. Asked if he'll miss the fast food relic once he sells it, he said, quote, "I've been looking at it for 6 years, so now that it's moving, yeah, it's a thing, but I'm sure we'll move on."
It's a thing.
It's a thing for him that he's letting go of it.
I'm sure we'll move on sounds like the words of someone who's trying to convince himself.
Yes.
And like,
right.
I hear that. I'm like, you're
He's
not sure.
sure.
No, you're not sure that you're going to move on.
However, now Alexander and his wife are downsizing.
No way that he's married.
Yes.
This is a wife who can't stand up to him.
This poor woman. She's a prisoner.
She is. Someone please make sure she's not being held hostage to this guy's bad ideas.
He said that they are downsizing and did not want to tote around the age-defying food. Quote, "Now we're downsizing, and I thought, I'm not taking this cheeseburger with me."
Who said that? The wife?
Dave said it.
Dave said it.
Dave.
I love that he made it his idea. She was like, from day one, please take that off the shelf.
Right.
Like, if that's sitting on a shelf, what
Honey,
is that?
It's been up there for 3 days.
hours. Please take it
It's
down.
gross now. This is science, babe.
Wait, what?
You knew when you married me.
What hour or what day did she give up asking him to take it down?
Ooh, that's a good
You're
question.
saying the same question is, what day did she give up hope
Right.
on this
At
life?
what day did she just
She's like, I'm not going to get what I want in this life.
Before they left the church.
When did she, like, Leonardo DiCaprio in Titanic realize, I can't fight anymore, I'm just going to drift away?
You know what I hope? I hope they're peas in a pod, and he just wanted to do the burger, and she was like, "Get the fries too. Let's see how it happens."
She's the mastermind.
Yes.
She's pulling those
Yes.
strings.
He has to give her his reports.
She's the faster mind.
Okay, Alexander, this is where it starts to get fun. Starts. Alexander listed the items on eBay.
Oh, Jesus.
The fries and the burger.
Should've gone
Are you an eBay shopper, by the way?
I have dabbled. There's a
I
few.
tried and
Etsy
lost last
shopper?
week.
I haven't Etsy'd, but I'll
dabbled
eBay.
in a little eBay.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
all right.
guys?
A little
Yeah,
bit.
I lost an auction last week. I don't.
Did
wanna
you?
talk about it.
I've done it like once or twice for like a couple of albums I've gone for that I've wanted, but I'm not a big eBay shopper. So listen on eBay.
He listed it on eBay. The McDonald's
In
burgers
what
and fries.
section? Fucking
Collectibles.
crazy people?
Collectibles.
Oh, collectibles. All right.
Oh, of course.
He listed it for $29.
Canadian?
No, it says U.S.
Oh.
Saying he wanted to be able to cover shipping if someone across the world decided to bid on it. This guy has
There's a
big
Nigerian
ideas.
prince who
I love how generous he is. He wants everyone to have access to this.
That's right. He's a,
Now, I think he put this up on like a Monday or Tuesday. As of 2 p.m. Friday,
how much?
the bidding on eBay for the McDonald's burgers and fries had reached how much money?
Oh!
Now, I'm gonna let you guys guess.
Good one. Good
Esther,
one.
you are a guest.
You
You
can
can go
go
first, Tig, or third.
we can go. Ben Schwartz he wants to be the first.
But he
spot.
didn't get them all
He
right.
didn't get them all right. So you can go first, Tig, or third.
Third.
You wanna go
Okay,
third?
okay. Jason or Randy?
How much had the?
How
so it
much-
started $29.99
As of Friday at 2 p.m., how high was this burger and fries?
So
going
now
for on eBay?
we're
they
trying
can't
to
go
make
under. Can they bid under what he's offered?
You? What do you mean?
No. You get so it stays at 29 or it goes up.
Oh yeah, it goes. Yeah, you can't lower. You can't lower.
you can't
this
lowball
opening
it.
I mean,
guy.
if it's below it, they'll say no bids. You know
Right,
what I mean?
yeah.
Or it's like 29 or best offer. That's a
Then
different
they can
thing.
go
Then
under.
you can go
But,
lower.
Yeah, he started at 29. He wanted to see how high.
So
it would
this
go.
is now us commenting on the eBay community.
Yes.
Okay. This is not really even about this
Dumb
idiot.
farmer.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to say $40.
$40, an $11 increase.
I'm going next.
Randy,
Okay. I think it's up to $60.
$60 from Randy Sklar. Esther.
I think it is stayed at 29. I'm just gonna. I just have to put faith.
None. You're saying no bids.
no.
No bids.
Okay.
As of Friday at 2 p.m. Townies, wherever you are,
Shout at your earbuds.
get your
Your
answers in
transition
right
rate.
now. How much do you think the bids had gotten up to on Friday at 2 p.m. for a McDonald's burger or cheeseburger and fries?
Here's what we love about this: that somewhere all across the country, when people are listening to this, someone's at work and they're just going to shout out,
$58.
62. They're just shouting. That's it.
The bidding had reached $150.
What is wrong with this world?
Why?
$50.
That's who we need to be interviewing. Who is placing this bid?
Thank you.
$150.
Who's crazier?
No, what you're
Not
doing
the
is
guy, the
encouraging
person-
this dummy to make another
know.
It
experiment.
gets weirder. It also he received many questions about its edibility.
You can't eat it, dummies. You cannot.
Dave said, and I have questions that people are asking if it's edible. I would highly recommend not. This looks perfectly edible, but it's been sitting in the dust for 6 years. So don't eat this thing! Exclamation point. Alexander planned to end the auction next Thursday.
He's like, I almost regret trying to sell this thing.
Giving eager buyers ample time to bid, but now they will never get the chance as eBay pulled the auction for violating the food policy, which states any food sold must have, quote, clearly marked expiration or use by date. Alexander said he was stunned.
Of which Esther's Elvis banana
is way past.
But it definitely has an expiration date on it.
I wonder because I wonder if, because I've seen those get bought and sold on eBay, and I'm wondering if they just didn't get flagged. If this was a high-profile case.
Yes, it did become one, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Quote, we're just stunned, Alexander told As It Happens, guest host Robin. I can't fathom what these people are thinking. A 6-year-old cheeseburger? You've got to be kidding me.
You're the one who put it on there, dummy.
I know.
It's like, I love how surprised you are. If you put it on eBay, you're expecting... You didn't just put it on there for a joke. That takes time.
It's hard.
You expect someone to bid on it.
But eBay pulled it because they
I
said
think his
you can't
outrage
eat
is
it.
that
He's
at
like,
eBay.
who would? But
His outrage
Dave
is at
Alexander
eBay.
is like, who would have eaten it anyway?
Yeah. All right, well...
That's story number 2.
Dumb.
$150.
It's
And
dumbness.
this dummy's been encouraged by the world. Like the world reinforced his dumbness by saying, go try something else.
I know, he's gonna.
eBay just peed on the fire. Just took it out. All right, there you go. Segment 2 down. Can you give us a little taste of story 3, Dan? What are we looking for?
We have some crazy shenanigans that can only take place in summer.
Okay. Summer.
Got a little glimpse of summer
It's not
breath.
summer, it's dumber. We'll be back with Esther Povitsky right after this on Dumb People Town.
Hey there, Adam Conover here. Humans Who Make Games is my podcast where I sit down with the people who created some of your favorite video games and have the kind of long-form personal conversation we so rarely get to hear. We talk about how they got into the industry, what their favorite games were growing up, and what it's like working in the trenches of this century's greatest new art form. This season, we've got a whole batch of new interviews for you. I talked to Kim Swift from Portal, Alex Preston from Hyperlight Drifter, Anna McGill from Control, and Alex Beecham from the game Outer Wilds. Whether you love video games or you just love learning more about other artists' creative process, I can guarantee you're going to love this podcast. So, you can get Season 2 of Humans Who Make Games wherever you get your podcasts. Take a listen.
Hey guys, welcome back to Dumb People Town. Want to mention something really huge, a huge development for DPT.
We've alluded to it. We've hinted at it. We've said it was coming for a while.
It's finally here. We are rolling out next week, this week. I think it'll start.
Probably by the end of this week, it'll be all set up and go. There'll be a video to explain everything. But
it's a Patreon system for you guys.
It's called Drip.
Drip
is similar to Patreon. It's backed by Kickstarter, so it's obviously a great company that so many millions of people have already trusted with all their information. It's just similar to Patreon, but it's called Drip. It's great. It's super simple, very streamlined, and it's allowing us to do something really, really fun.
So for the people who just enjoy the show the way that it is, you will always get this show the exact same way.
Nothing will change.
Nothing will change. But for people who listen to this show and they're
Want a little bit
diehard
more
fans, you want a little bit more,
involvement.
Like we are offering things at different levels. Different involvement.
To be a part of this community.
You can get merch. You can see us live for free. You can hang with us at live shows for free.
Literally, we have everything from ad-free shows to you being a part of the show.
Right.
That's the whole spans the gamut. And with each level of commitment, we are doing something very special.
Break a little piece.
We are going to save some money and start a Jan Flato fund.
Right.
One of our most beloved guys, and try to right the wrong that happened in his life as a community.
So he lost $50,000, and we as a community are going to give him back that $50,000. So we need your help.
Right.
If you
it takes a
contribute,
town.
If you can,
It takes a town. If we can do this, we can do anything. I honestly believe,
and we will
all
have a
feel
live show. We will invite Jan Flato out to, and we will present him with a giant novelty check, which actually works, and then he will be given back the money money that was taken from him, and we as a community will have righted that wrong. And then after we reach that point, which I believe we can reach in a year or some
maybe sooner if more people get
if more of you jump on board, we will then donate the extra money to charities that make the world smarter. Teach for America, Venture America, all these great that make the world smarter, and you guys can be a part of it, and that's what we do.
This is our way to get active. We have the best community of fans ever, and we've realized that. When we go out and do our show live, we talk to you guys, and everyone who we talk to is like, please, we want more, we want more. That's what inspired us to do this. We're so excited to get you guys involved.
So there will be a video explaining everything and what the levels are and all that stuff. We'll post it on our Facebook page, and it should be up and rolling hopefully by the end of this week, and you guys can get started right away. Let's jump into the last story with Esther that we have.
Here we go.
I'm so excited.
Sent in by Josh Mowat. I always say it wrong. I'm sorry, brother. Jmouat. And I feel like he's even tweeted at me saying, here's how to say it, but I don't remember. I'm sorry, man.
Okay.
All right. I got sent this so many times.
I'm sure.
Lamar Township, Clinton County, which is Pennsylvania, I believe. Suspected bath salts, green lasers, and fireflies. That's our summer. State police, they're all part of a story that put 2 people in jail. Bath salts, green lasers, fireflies.
I thought it put 2 people in love. That's what
Why not?
Be. Just like a story of love.
Yeah.
Bath salts,
Midsummer.
lasers.
Troopers say Jesse Shields and Catherine McCloskey.
I thought Jesse Shields was the girl.
Nope.
Sorry.
Shields and McCloskey, though, does sound like another like Rizzoli and Isles. Like it's the next
Not as good, obviously.
Or it's like Shields and Yarnell, which was the sort of like
dancing robot
dancing thing. Like it's the new version of Shields.
Shields and McCloskey. I would watch that show.
Shields and McCloskey
on
could
USA.
It's a cop show about one cop's dirty, the other cop's clean.
They're 2 cops trying to figure out what burn notice was about. Wasn't that an SNL sketch?
Yeah, what is burn notice?
They're all the burn notice. They take all the burn notice cases that they couldn't solve.
Right. They were high on suspected bath salts during a bizarre chain of events. That's how you know you're in W Town. When we get those 4 words together, bizarre chain of events.
Shields.
Early Saturday morning. And since we're W Town, we imagine this probably started Friday night.
And it's going into Saturday. That's right.
How many of your stories are bath salt related?
Oh,
there's
it's
some,
kind of
but
taking a downturn in terms of being bath salts being really cool.
a lot of
Also,
drinking.
we tend to not do like
violent,
super violent.
ones.
Like
He
Yeah.
bit
they
his
bit
son's
their nose
face off.
or
We're like,
whatever.
we're not going there.
Thank
I
you.
would still do it if he bit their nose off. So.
According to investigators, the pair from Clinton County had a, quote, bad trip and thought that fireflies were green lasers coming from aliens who were after them.
Now, in all fairness, I've thought that myself, and I wasn't on that. Like,
Get out, kids! Go, kids!
Yeah, where are they coming from?
They're not. Let's just start with they're not green.
Yeah, they're
Right.
yellow.
So
Right. I
we're
know.
just starting.
You're already off on your color palette.
Yeah, so you're the best cop. You're like, whoa, 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 whoa. No, I hear you. First off, can we get our colors correct?
Correction. Look,
I'm not hearing the rest of anything about this trip until we agree on
we can't pull a
firefly
conviction
color.
if we're not right on our facts.
You're like a cop who cares so much about accuracy in your report.
Yes.
Let's see, where was I? Okay, yes. They said that
Lasers.
green lasers are from aliens who were after them, which is kind of narcissistic.
Sure.
State police say Shields fired his revolver in the air to scare away the lasers, then ran to a nearby home on Long Run Road, which...
Took a short run to get there.
There you go.
That's right.
In Lamar Township, where he asked the homeowner to call the cops because something was chasing them.
Yeah,
If
that's
I'm
always.
the homeowner, I'm like, next door, go to the next door.
We're not home.
We're not here right now.
I hear you. We're not here,
We're
though.
not here.
Okay, thank you.
I'll call them for you, though. But head on back, and we'll see if they make it.
While the person was on the phone with 911, Shields allegedly broke a window before he left the home, then went to the next door neighbor's house and broke another window there. So now he's got it in his head.
These
Window
windows.
breaking is somehow going to stop the aliens?
The aliens.
I break all these windows.
I don't know. No more wire hangers. State police say the owner of that home was able to get the gun from Shields. That guy scares me,
Why
too.
would I even try?
Why would you even
You're
try?
at home, Esther, and someone breaks your window with a gun. Is your first thought, I need to take
I'm
this
gonna go
gun
get
from
that
him?
gun.
Let me see if I could wrestle this gun from him, because he seems like he wouldn't like accidentally have it go off on me. No.
Maybe if you came at him in a weird way, where you're like a parent, you're like, put that gun down. Like, they'd be like, wait, what? Like
did I
said, put
say
it down.
about guns?
Put it down. Do you want these aliens to stop? Put the gun down.
I wonder if you could, if he's just so high, you could be like, hey, can I see that gun real quick?
Yeah, for sure. You promised to help me? Like, yeah, totally.
Yeah, but they'd come at it from
That's a great, I like the, can I see your gun?
Like,
Wait, is that
you're
a
not even
cool-
thinking about it.
Like, cool gun. Can I see?
Yeah. Hey, you want to play catch with your gun?
Or
Toss
like
it
you're
to me,
kind
I'll
of
toss
forgetting
back.
it. You're like, hey,
Did I get to hold your gun yet? Because I feel like
We talked about that, right?
No, you said you were going to let me hold this. You should be a cop, Esther. Your reports are on fucking point.
by the way,
you know how to negotiate.
By the way, no one would suspect. Like, she would be such a
The
good
best
cop.
Yeah, Esther, you walk in and you're like, hey, man.
What up, bro?
Hey, what was I thinking? I'm sorry. What was I thinking? Hey, you know what? Can I just take a look at that gun for a second? Like, you misdirected so far.
It's so misdirected.
Yes.
Do you like Elvis and the foods he likes? Okay, while the person was on the phone, he broke the window, then went and broke another window. Then the owner of that home was able to get the gun away from Shields, who asked if he could take a shower to get the, quote, goo off his body because it was burning his skin.
Well, that's fair. Well, that's...
Let me ask you guys a question, and you kind of brought this up, Esther. Is anybody ever having a great bath salts trip?
no.
By the way,
Have you ever heard of somebody being like, you know how they say hair transplants? You only know the bad ones because the good ones you don't even know exist because
Right.
you don't know they're there. Is anybody ever being like, best night of my life was
By
on
the way,
bath salts.
bath
I fell in
salts-
love. I
bath
met my
salts-
best friend.
I read a book.
I cured cancer. Bath salts is the wrong name for what it is.
I know. I have bath salts at home.
So do we.
They're
Wait, that's not what they're doing?
Yeah, I don't think so,
They're to
right?
make your bath actually
Yeah,
more
but isn't that
pleasant.
what they're
That's
doing?
what they're doing.
I think
no
that's-
way.
Yes.
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 No, I think that's what they're
That is
snorting.
what they're doing.
Is that
Really?
Is
Or
it like
smoking or
Epsom
something.
salt? Is that really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No, that is crazy. I'm
You
sorry.
mean I have the worst drug imaginable in
think
my
so.
bathroom?
Yes, you do.
Well, because people do crazy stuff on huffing things that are in all of our houses. I think they're just...
That's how the Huffington Post was started.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
They've really come a long way.
I mean,
for
it was
like a novelty
Started
drug
from very
using
suspect
blog.
beginnings, and now look
Wow,
at them.
that's a beautiful story.
That is. So then he's like, all right, here's the gun. I'll trade you the gun for a shower, which I would have traded.
Gun for a
Because
shower.
I'm calling cops, so
Any
you have to
day.
take your
Yeah.
time in there.
Lock the door.
We're also
put a
probably
chair
going to need to burn
underneath
the bathtub.
Although, yeah, it's like a lot of expensive
Yeah.
cleaning.
Isn't it also weird that we're not hearing anything about McCluskey?
Yeah,
like
McCluskey
where is
gone,
she?
gone.
She's fighting these aliens.
Yeah. she-
They don't even
So-
say. Or do you think she's just quietly standing behind him the whole time, being
Maybe
like,
she's
I'm
if
good, I'm good. He's
she's
out
like
there.
the girl
I'm fine.
in the Hunger Games who's like hid in the bush like for 10 years.
I mean, can you imagine you sign on for this cop show?
Explain it, Jay. What
It's
is
not
it?
Epsom salts.
Thank you.
It's designer drugs that look exactly like it.
Okay, so
but
here's,
they are.
So here's what
For
I'm
everybody
saying.
who's been laughing at us for 2 minutes, I'm sorry, I don't know
I
about
didn't say
We're
it.
hardcore
dummies.
drugs.
We're not druggies.
I'm glad to be dumb about hardcore
I'm
drugs
glad
that
I
only
know
seem
what
to
it is.
fuck people
Okay, so
up.
it looks like bath salts, but can we stop calling it bath salts?
Yeah.
Like if you called it like diloxazepam.
It's just not fair to those of us
Right.
who enjoy bath salts.
Thank you.
Right.
But
So
what
you're a
is-
druggie?
Like, what if there was some horrible drug they started calling buffet dinner? I wouldn't trust anything anymore. I'd
Or
be like, they had a
grooming.
buffet dinner and they did that?
Grooming juice.
or Trader Joe's chocolate covered peanut butter filled pretzel.
Like, oh, now you're in trouble. Those are a drug.
Those are really
Those are a
What?
drug.
What?
Shields and McCloskey are both facing a slew of charges, including burglary. I have no clue who they robbed.
Well, they broke in. It's B&E. Burglary is that's
When you
breaking.
break,
Yeah.
but when you break a window, maybe into the
That's,
house.
we don't
that's
know what they
destruction of
stole.
property.
That's destruction of property.
Criminal
That's breaking.
trespass, public intoxication, and disorderly conduct. They were both unable to post bail, believe it or not,
Oh, really?
and
They have
taken to
money.
the Clinton County Prison. I'm going to ask you guys right now,
How old?
how old is Jesse Shields?
Shields. This is the guy who broke the windows and stuff. Knowing what we know.
want
Do you wanna
first
go
or
I'll go first.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you think?
Okay. This happened where? What city?
In like
Pennsylvania, I believe. Yes.
Maybe they're on a rumspringa.
Saturday, early Saturday. So that they don't really say, but I guess that could mean 2 a.m.
I'm saying, it's a boring age. I'm saying 24. You don't
Okay.
hear about that age too often,
Yeah.
but I feel it today.
Got it. 24. Jason
20.
Aran.
20.
20 from Jason.
Yeah, no,
Sklars.
these guys are like 18.
18. From Randy
18.
Sklars.
This is just stupidity on like another level.
Well, I can tell you that Catherine McCloskey is 22.
Okay.
And I can tell you that Jesse Shields, get your answers in now, townies.
Shout it at your earbuds.
The man who broke windows, gave up his gun, ran from the aliens, and had goo all over him trying to take a shower is, we're going to get out of here on this, 30 years old.
Wow, that's a dummy.
That
So
hurt.
what'd you say?
I said 20.
I said 18. You're right.
24.
There you go.
Yes, way
Little
to
Esther
go.
brings it home.
Nice.
That's the show, you guys. Definitely check out the drip campaign.
Yes.
And we'll again post that on the Facebook page for all of you who are on the Facebook page.
There's a lot of stuff there you guys are going to be
and
excited
jump
about.
in. By the way, the first several members will be founding
Within
members.
the first month.
Yeah.
If you
First
join
month.
the drip
Yep.
and sign up for it within the first
You
first
get a
month,
special designation as a founding member of
So
the Dumb People Town Drip.
we're really excited about it. I'm really excited to bring it to you and then right this wrong in this universe. And then check out your show on Freeform, Alone Together.
Or on
Yes.
Hulu.
Or on Hulu.
All
Check it out on either.
episodes,
All
yes.
episodes.
And then this podcast that you have.
Glowing Up if you're into makeup, beauty, healthy, kind of glowy stuff.
We have a lot of women who listen to the show and some men who listen to the show who are
Hell
into all
yeah.
that stuff.
Yep.
So
Check it out, Glowing Up right here on Starburns.
check it out. And oh shit, we got to get back to work.
It's a good show.